Welcome back to Someday Chronicles. We bought this house in 2014, and when we bought it, we had an old barn. As you can see from the pictures, it was not in good shape. Sonja wanted me to tear it down, but I spent the time to scrape all the old paint off and give it a new paint job, and we've been using it as is ever since. It's been a good barn.
Got me a little project going. This is one of those someday things. Someday I was going to repair the roof on this old barn. This barn roof, it's got that roll roofing. Had a section on the back come off during a storm almost 2 years ago now, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Sonja and I had to get up there and nail it back down. And we've been talking about replacing this roofing, but the roof itself is not in the greatest condition. So on top of that, I'm doing some modifications to the barn. On this side, I've already replaced the small original window. The other thing I want to do is add a regular man door between the window and the corner there.
So the project was well underway and had to take the old roof off before we did anything else. It was amazing the construction methods used. This was probably built in the 1940s, and I don't think much of anything's been done since then. When I took the shingles off, there was 3 layers of shingles on the roof. It was amazing how little framework was actually holding that old roof on. Can't really tell from this angle, but that's the last sheet of plywood off of the south side of the roof. It was a messy job. Had a friend over one day to help tear out all the 2x4s, the old rafters, but it's definitely a good feeling getting into this and actually getting to work on it. And so far, thank the good Lord, we haven't had any rain, so I didn't have everything out of the barn before we started this project, so that's a really good thing. Got all the sheets off finally, and we're just down to the 2x4 rafters that were, my guess is, original from the 1940s or maybe even early 1950s. And one of the things I had to do was basically reframe this entire corner that the door's in. It was amazing as we started tearing into this how little was holding up some of this shed. There was an old beam that came across where that old wall corner was, but it didn't make it all the way to this outside wall, so there's some 2x6s been bolted to that beam. Just kind of amazing that it's held up so long. It's been good to get in there and do some more framing. And I added a beam down the middle where the middle of my trusses will sit on. I know it's not probably necessary with the truss design, but I added it anyway for stronger attic. I'm going to build it with a 12-12 pitch roof and have an attic up above so I can sort my wood and other project ideas in a nice area that can be kept out of the rain but easy to get up into and find what I need for the project I'm working on. And it's something I've been working on trying to do, is just get everything sorted and organized so that when things come up and I need to do a project, I can actually find the stuff that I need. And also to use it as some storage, because this work area that I'm in right now has been so full of just anything that we need to store that I don't have room for a workshop, and it's going to be nice to be able to build a workbench and get some of it done. And this was a nice milestone to get that first truss up. All the trusses were built here on site and put up by me. It's kind of crazy too, when you build the truss on the ground, it doesn't look that tall. Then you put it up there with a 12-12 pitch and it seems pretty tall. It's nice to see it coming together and having that many trusses up, and even got some of the floorboards laid down for the attic so we could walk around. That really helped out a lot, sheeting the trusses with the new roofing. And then we got the end truss on the next end ready to go. Putting a window in there for some natural light and for some ventilation in the summertime. And we finally got that one up and situated. Got it propped up most of the way, but it wasn't falling down into place, so I had to tie it off. I was using a pulley in the tree behind it to hoist it up. Had to do some pounding on it with a sledgehammer to get it knocked into place, but overall it went fairly smooth and we're making good progress. Got some additional plans for it. And this was the final 5 trusses. The day before I built them, I went and cut out all the pieces I needed and laid them all out so I could easily just put them all together the next day. It's been a good project and appreciate you coming along.